The George Groves and Carl Froch, or Carl Froch, George Groves, however you want to put it, the rematch that Froch didn't seem to want to do probably would be one of the biggest lucrative fights of his career. I mean, they sold out 30,000 tickets in a matter of seconds, but of course the ticket prices are entirely different than, let's say, a Floyd Mayweather fight. So it's still impressive. It's going to make a lot of money for Froch, and he should be happy for that. But let's assess in this fight. Your Froch, you found out a lot of different things. You know, I had the pleasure of watching the fight again today, so it's fresh on my mind. Mentally, he got into Froch because Froch was hurt in the fight. He was shown to be a little vulnerable, and because of it, he had no excuses that he gave to the public to try to, justify why he looked so poorly, except for that he wasn't interested in the fight and that he was a little bored with it. It was hard to get himself up for the fight. That's what they tell the public. But what they tell themselves is a whole different thing. And you can tell from Froch's brother, his crazy self, to Froch that there's a lot of panic in that team. Where Groves mentally seems like, if I'm George Groves, I know mentally Froch is thinking about me an awful lot. That his whole family's thinking about me. And that's either can play to your advantage or play to your disadvantage. And right now, it's playing to his disadvantage, I think. Having a psychotic brother trying to talk to Groves and get in his face, it's not going to matter. In the end of the day, Carl Froch has to perform. Now, if he doesn't come up and perform well and make the adjustments in the ring that he needs to, then he's going to be in trouble, because what he needs to do is box and definitely keep Groves away from him for the first few rounds. Let George Groves expend a lot of energy. He's young. He doesn't know how to conserve his energy that well. And he's used to scoring knockouts early in fights. So when you take him in the 6 through 12, that's when you find out who George Groves really is. And is he going to break down? Is he going to fatigue? And you saw a lot of it in the first fight. That actually the controversial stoppage actually saved what would have probably been a Carl Froch stoppage, because Froch's conditioning and his experience was starting to take over the fight once Grove didn't score the knockout. So I'm very interested to seeing it. So to my UK fans, I'm very happy that you guys hit me back up. I'm appreciative. Thanks for the money for the Terrence Crawford fight with George Burns, and George Burns. But Ricky did his best. He just was outgunned and outmatched and outskilled, and I like you guys because you guys recognize it right away and don't take it out on the other fighter. Long as someone is showing respect, they give respect back. So thank you for that. I do appreciate that, and you guys paid off probably quicker than anybody I know. I'm still waiting on money from Mayweather, Victor Ortiz. My buddy's still taking his slow time and paying me. Like, man, remember when I bought you that beer when we was at... I didn't want a beer, I want my money. I didn't say, hey, man, you buy me a beer, I'm going to forget about the money you owe me. Sad.